Love this
Okay.
fucking song.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Spooks Brews.
Hey,
we took about an hour and a half to get this set up. So yeah, I apologize for the amateur hour and the half-ass overlay that we have going on over here. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Honestly, we're just kind of already half gone. So we have a classy crew over here on the top left. He's a really cool boy.
So good.
He came in as fun fact. He came in as a substitute ringer for one of my Overwatch teams. Very good lad. He's been sticking around ever since. He actually ended up joining the team. Then we have Kawaii Onichan over here.
Hi.
Very, very good friend of mine. As you can see, she's a fucking weeb, and we all love that.
Amen, brother.
Hey, pot, meat kettle.
Next is Leo, the good old Leo over here, Final Fantasy brother of mine.
Better than Musica.
Technically yes. Technically he has.
Technically,
Yeah,
Actually.
he has cleared more ultimates than me, so I'll give him that. And that's for you, Leo. Gamu, he's a hot, sexy anime girl that's playing the piano in the background right now.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Actually, let me switch to a different song.
That was great, by the way.
It was beautiful.
Good.
I haven't played it so
Gamu.
long.
It's okay. It sounds
That was
I need to
great.
practice.
Gamu, that was great. And that's Drew. Okay, so
Fucking love the piano.
yeah, that's the only instrument I actually like. So yes, everybody, welcome to Spooks and Brews, episode 1, very first attempt to try to make a podcast. In today's episode, and just in general, that's the whole reason of having this podcast is to speak about all kind of horror, anything supernatural, from UFOs to ghosts, cryptids, spooky videos, spooky games, recommendations, past experiences, anything like that. We're just gonna be talking about everything spoopy. That's what we all love, and that's what we're all here for. So let's go ahead and get started. Who of the four of you would like to share the first spooky story with us?
You guys can go ahead of me.
Kawaii, I'm sure you got. I'm sure you're ready to go.
a lot. Yeah, I have a lot.
Fantastic.
I guess I can go first. I think.
Oh yes, you can.
Wow, finally, I can actually go first this time.
You got this.
Let's go, Kawaii.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Well,
I'm eating an
let's just
In-N-Out
say-
burger.
I do believe in ghosts and spirits and things like that. I've had a lot of paranormal things happen to me.
Mhm.
I also do tarot card reading and like spiritual work, I guess you could say.
Check out
So
her stream. Her Twitch is Kawaii Tarot something. I'm gonna plug it down in the description.
Thank you. So I think I have, I guess you could say, abilities. I don't know. It sounds weird.
Hey, just express
I'm
yourself. Don't worry about it.
Clairaudience,
Mhm.
where I hear words and phrases whenever I do tarot card readings, and I
Wob's got it right.
but anyways, as far as like paranormal things that happened to me, my grandfather recently passed away last year from COVID. So that happened, and during that time, while we're getting the arrangements for the funeral and things like that, I had some like paranormal things happen to me. Like for instance, it was like one night, I was driving home pretty late. I was with my family, and it was like around 2 in the morning, and basically I saw a silhouette of my grandfather in the back of my car, like in the seat.
Mm.
Yeah, I was really scared. I was really tired, so I thought maybe like, okay, it's nothing.
Yeah, we
I'm
like
just
start seeing the
super
outlines
tired.
of people when you're tired. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like, yeah, he was just chilling. Yeah, I was just like, please don't try right now because I'm about to crash. Let's not do this. But
Okay.
I felt calm. I was a little startled at first, but like, I didn't really, Um, and then like during that week, there was this time when my cousins and I, we were at a coffee table. We were just sharing photos of our family, and we were kind of discussing whether or not we wanted to speak on behalf, like a eulogy in front of our, our friends and family about our grandfather. And we were just like sharing memories, and suddenly the light turned off, and the ceiling fan was still going, and we just got kind of like scared because it's just like, okay, who turned it off, like, and we were turning the light switch on and off, but it wouldn't turn on, but the fan was still going. So it was just really weird. And like, yeah, that was like a really weird experience. But like I've had weird things with my like grandmother. I think she's also has like she's clairvoyant, like she sees things. So whenever I visited her like in the nursing home when she was in, she would ask me like, who is that with you? Who's that with you in the room? And I'm like, I'm alone, like there's no one here. And yeah, she would tell me like, oh, there was a guy standing next to you, like who is that? And like it would kind of scare me, but
That's
like,
creepy.
but
You
yeah,
know,
it's creepy.
I do have a
Um,
similar story like that. Once
yeah,
you're done.
yeah, and that's just like little things here and there. In my tarot stream, I hear words and phrases, and people tell me like, wow, like how do you know that? It's just like, well, it's just something that like I tap into, like.
Tune in just once if you don't believe, by the way. It's fucking real. Just
No,
one
Well,
time.
I would
I would have
assume.
people. Yeah.
I would assume if you're watching this, you probably believe in the paranormal. But if you don't, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. But
So
fuck you,
those
get
are
the fuck out of here.
some things like
Good question for you, Kawhi.
yeah.
Do spirits stay? Do you believe that like spirits are around us because they have something left to do? Because a lot of people believe that like spirits are like
Like
the
limbo.
afterlife. You
Um
know?
I believe a little bit in both. I believe that if there's a restless soul, like a spirit, then yes, they stay behind. But I also believe that like if you've moved on to whatever, you guys believe in the afterlife, um, then yes, of course it's not there because people we get attached. I feel like people
Yeah, that's
tend to
true.
stay, and that's energy. And so when I do tarot card reading, I always call upon my grandparents to give me energy and signs and like messages from from that realm, I guess you could say, and it helps me kind of like hear things. Sometimes I see things, but mostly I do hear phrases, words, like intuition, things like that. So like I had one a person that I did a reading for, and it's like, oh, I keep hearing the name Elizabeth. It's just constantly in my head, and then they're like, well, what the fuck? It's my best friend's name. I'm like, yeah, they're telling me Elizabeth. That's like all I hear. So it's like words and things like that.
That is
I
so
sound
cool.
crazy. It's like
No,
they're
no.
telling me.
There's
It's
a
not
word
crazy.
for people that
It's
can
not.
like hear that stuff, and I'm like spacing on it right now because I'm slightly
Clairvoyant?
intoxicated.
Is it clairaudience? I think
Clear audience,
clairaudience.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool though.
yeah. So I'm also an
Mm.
empath,
It's
so
really fucking scary.
I do feel other people's energy.
Mhm.
So like yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
And I also used to like work at a nursing home, and a lot of like paranormal stuff would happen to me there. Like I would go into bedrooms, and sometimes the lights would turn on, there's no patients. Um, Things like that. I would hear whispers. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird things that would happen to
What would
me.
those whispers say to you?
Yeah, like whispers, like names, or like come here, or like hello. Just like randomly I'd be going down the hall, or like I'd be in a room and it's just there's no one there. So it's just weird.
That
But yeah.
I remember you telling me about a story when you worked in the nursing home.
Yeah.
About this light coming on and off and shit, and that shit
Yeah,
was
oh,
creepy.
yeah, that was scary. Okay, so
I'll be
the
right back.
the nursing home that I used to work at, there was 39 rooms. One of my one of the tasks I had to do was make sure that all the patients' rooms' sliding glass door would be closed for the night. So that way they don't try to get out or whatever. Because there's a lot of patients that have like, they have dementia and things like that. So they sometimes they're confused. They try to get out. Um, so I was barely working there. It was like 4 months, and
Keep playing
I
Gamo.
usually, huh, huh.
Keep playing Gamo.
um,
Hey, that's a hard
and
part, okay? I'm at a taste, okay? You gotta cut me through line.
he's not even getting paid. He's
I
like
got a tip
Don.
for you right here, Gammon.
Sorry. Anyways, so usually I'm assigned to the first like 40 rooms. But that night I was assigned to the last 40 rooms. And room 39, I had no idea anything about it. So when I went in that room, it was really, really cold. That was the first thing I noticed. It was really cold, and when I walked in there, I had such an uneasy feeling. Um, but anyways, I was just like, okay, maybe it's just me. I'm tired. It's late, and I'm just walking in there, and the door's open. So of course I'm gonna go close it. Um, so I close it, and then as I'm turning around and I'm leaving the room, the light switch turns on. Now, mind you, there's nobody in there, and the light switch is like a pull string, so you have to pull it in order for it to turn on. And I like froze. I was like so scared because then I started feeling like fear, like just something behind me. And I just bolted out right away. And later I told like the other nurses and I'm like, hey, like, is there something weird about room 39? And they told me, yeah, every patient that's been in there has died.
Well,
And
shit, I don't want to be in room 39.
it's it's the room that they put isolated patients in. So if they have any kind of medical conditions that get spreadable to other patients, they put them in that room. And all of the patients that have been in that room have died. So
But
for me, it's just
wait,
experiencing that is just
question.
scary.
Musica, there you go.
Question.
There's something you can brag about if you
Question.
survive room 39.
No. Question here. Okay. What is? And I'm not trying to debunk anything or anything like that.
Debunk.
Just debunk. Yeah. Um. Do you happen to know what the mortality rate is for seniors when they are in the, when they're put into this, the senior home? Like, how often do they pass away?
To the senior
So
home?
for the most
Yeah.
part, they are stable. They're just there to basically wait till they die. Like that's
That
kind of
sucks.
it sucks, yeah. Now the patients that are really sick and they only put patients there that have a spreadable disease, or they put hospice patients there, which is for terminal illness. Like, they just have comfort measures. So they put them there,
That's
and
so sad.
then at that point they are going to die.
Mm.
So because it's the last room farthest away from the like everybody else. It's in there. It's very isolating. It's just one corner room and it's only one bed. Most of the rooms have like four beds in the room, so they have like like roommates. But
Yeah.
that room is just isolated. There's just one bed, one table, like that kind of thing. So when I went in there, it just felt so just uneasy, like sad.
That is
Um,
sad in general. It
yeah,
sounds
it's just
sad.
so sad. Yeah, and it was just kind of like I felt like maybe someone wanted my attention or someone wanted to say something. I think that's why they turned the light on because usually they're like, and from then on, like sometimes the call light would turn on its own. You'd have to push it to turn it on. The call lights usually like they'll blink the lights and it'll show like, hey, um, somebody needs assistance in that room. And I've had weird experiences too, where like I would just pass a room and I would see like figures like in white, things like that. Or I would like pass down the hall and it's nighttime and I would hear like names or a hello or things like that. So sometimes it would be like a little scary, but I've kind of gotten more used to it. So whenever I do hear things, it's like, okay, maybe somebody wants to tell me something and pass on a message or something like that.
That's so
So
fucking sad.
yeah. So yeah. And when I do my tarot card readings, I ask my grandparents to kind of help me out, and I call to them to give me messages from that part of and yeah, it's just weird hearing it from people when I give them readings, and then like either a couple weeks later they're like it came true or it happened. People have told me that they're like, oh shit, like it actually came true or it actually happened or you were right, and it's kind of creepy, but at the same time it's just like it kind of confirms it because I've had this kind of, I guess, gift since I was little. I would always hear things. I just didn't really do anything about it. I was just like, oh, it's just
She's
because that sounds crazy.
naturally the
It just
warrior
sounds
of light.
crazy. It's just like I hear things in my head and like they're not telling me to kill anybody, thank God, but it's just I hear things and it's really weird. Um, but yeah, that's kind of and yeah, weird things have
That
happened in my
it's.
bedroom.
Oh.
Or
Like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew you guys were
oh.
gonna say something stupid.
Weird things have happened in a
Not
lot of
like
our
that.
communities.
But yes.
Like what? No, no, no.
Um,
Let's that aside. Like what? What are we talking
for
about here?
instance, I have a clock on my wall. It's been up there since I moved from January. And I cleaned it once. I've never taken it down. And I recently I saw fingerprints on there.
Oh,
So that's really weird. Yeah, I haven't touched this clock at all. So it's just weird. Like I was just like walking and I saw like a glare on it. I was just like, what is that? Like who's, nobody's really in my room. So it's kind of just weird seeing that.
Maybe it was
I've also had
Loki.
the trash bin in my. It was the dog.
it
Yeah,
was the
right.
dog.
No, it's up in the wall. Like it's up there.
What the dog
Over my
doing?
Even
monitor.
Wolf says it's the dog.
Yeah.
Um. I've had weird things where like the trash bin in my room sometimes moves. I would hear it kind of like scraping on the tile. It's weird.
Now,
It's just I don't know.
now that you're mentioning that, and I'm sorry to interrupt there.
Uh-huh.
Something weird happened to me at work.
Okay.
And I did want to mention this to all of you today. So lately I've been staying at work lately. Late.
Mhm.
Normally I get off at 4 p.m. PST. Um, but some extra shit going on with the FDA and all that crap. So, um, I'm basically the last person in the office. I have a laptop that connects to two other monitors, and that's basically my workstation. But I do need my laptop to move around and shit. Um, so one of I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago. Um, okay, I got up. It was after 4. Nobody else wasn't left in the office. I went to the restroom. I came back, and my laptop was basically almost closed. Yeah, like
Person janitor?
Someone closed it.
right, and that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, what? Who the fuck is here? They try to close it. Maybe they thought.
Were the hinges loose?
I thought no, it's brand new.
Did you check
It's a
them?
brand new
Oh,
laptop.
okay.
I just
yeah, those are stiff as a board too.
yeah, yeah. I just started this position. So I was like, well, maybe they thought nobody's here and they left the laptop open, so they tried to close it. Um, I just kept on working, doing my thing. I look away to look for some files and shit. That took me about like what 2-3 minutes. I looked back to the laptop, and I put the laptop back up like this. I looked back to the laptop, and it was like halfway back down. And I'm like, well, shit. It's like someone's trying to tell me to leave or something. Like, close that
Yeah.
laptop and go home. Which I didn't. I'm not okay. Here, just full disclosure. I'm a non-believer of ghosts. I don't believe in anything paranormal. I don't believe in anything. Super
It's one
paranormal.
thing to not believe in like werewolves or
I don't believe in anything other than science.
like actual myths, but ghosts. There's a lot more truth behind ghosts than everything else.
I don't believe in anything.
There's more factual.
I'll tell you this. I don't believe in anything. I want to be proved wrong. I 100% want to be.
Do you have that nagging feeling at the pit of your stomach? Ever? Like the nagging feeling?
I'm too much of a factual person.
But okay, so you have that nagging feeling. It sounds like.
I just want it. I just want it to be real.
So I would take that nagging feeling as the proof, honestly.
I just need to see one thing that I can't prove and that I can't explain, that I can't be like wow, yeah, exactly.
Right, but look at it like this.
I want to have that.
You can't disprove it, and you feel as though there's a chance that it might be real, and you can't separate the feeling of that it might be real, therefore it must be real.
That's what I would
Like
love to think.
if it wasn't real, that feeling would have never existed.
Yeah, you're right.
That's my logic behind it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And unfortunately, I don't feel like I can out of experience. I can tell you out of experience that some weird ass shit has happened. But at the same time, I can think of a few reasons why that happened. But I'm in love with the paranormal. I'm in love with anything creepy, with anything spooky, with anything out of this world that the science cannot explain. I'm in love with it, and I'm dying to find it, to see it, to
Well, there's the thing behind
I'm
that.
dying to believe
It's
in it.
like you're not always gonna get an answer, right? Like there won't always be an answer there.
Yeah.
And frankly, I guess the paranormal doesn't need to provide you one.
Absolutely,
They're on their own
absolutely.
agenda.
I'm nothing. I'm nothing but just one of the fucking millions of humans
I
out
actually
here.
wanted to try doing like a seance and things
Fuck
like
that.
that.
I ain't fucking with spirits.
So,
Anyways,
I'm down for that. Yeah. I'm down for
because
anything.
I do hear things, so I don't know if that would, if I tap into that more, I don't know if I could. I don't know.
You'd find some crazy fucked up shit. Be very
Yeah,
careful.
my friends have told me to just be careful because
Be
if I
very
start
careful.
meddling in these things, it's like,
You gotta get in over your head, yeah.
yeah, or I might welcome something I shouldn't have.
I've heard stories of people like getting
Yeah.
some fucked up mojo that they just went insane.
Yeah, so that's the one fear I do have, because I do try to practice like white magic, because whatever like intentions that I put, I want it to be good. I don't want to have any like hateful or bad intentions, but even then, so I can still welcome something that could harm me or whatever. So, but yeah.
I grew up around witchcraft. I don't know if I told Musica this. Yeah, I grew up around witchcraft. That shit like is insane.
My mom used to read the tarot cards.
Oh,
She
really?
yeah, oh yeah. My mom used to do all this esoterical whole fucking business and shit. At the same time, she raised me like a really hardcore Christian.
Because people who've seen stuff like my dad was the same way. People who've seen stuff like that, they know that nothing really like positive comes from it, I guess, and they want you to know that God is really all you need in the end of the day. And I'm sorry if that's where I'll stop it,
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's what
Nah,
we're
it's
here for.
the rule of the
To
stream, so I'm just trying to,
so do we want to get into my bit a little
Yeah.
bit?
yes,
let's
yes,
say
Yeah,
yes,
we can
yes.
go into
Classic,
yours.
classic. Please
Go
tell
classic.
us
Since we
everything.
brought up, so I am gonna bring up religion a little bit, but it's
That's
not
okay.
controversial.
That's okay.
So I'm not talking about any sex. So I grew up extremely religious.
Hmm?
Some people even call this religion a cult. And I'm consider myself no longer religious. Okay, so I'll preface it by saying that.
See how Catholic people got him?
I'm personally
I'll go ahead and
agnostic.
say I grew up extremely Mormon, right? So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say the sect. It doesn't really matter. It's in any sect of religion.
You kind of look Mormon. No,
Oh, what a
Yeah,
dick.
I'm kind of cookie cutter.
Like really though?
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, this
No,
is the
tell
genes
us,
I
tell
was
us.
given. I got to work with them.
Yeah. Tell us. Don't
so-
worry about it.
I'm a big believer. So if you believe in religion, okay, I'm going to draw this line here. If you believe in religion, you believe in the afterlife, which essentially means that you believe in metaphysics. And metaphysics is the idea of spirits and understanding them on a basic concept, right? That's just like a blanket, super general. Nobody can really, yeah, I'll call it that. So for me, when I was younger, like I'm talking back in middle school through high school, I've had a couple interesting experiences in my life. So I dated this girl for like 5 years. You know, I was in middle school and high school, so it was serious, but it was like
Did you
at the
get
end of
any?
the day, we're gonna go to different universities, whatever, right? So it's not really serious.
So you didn't get any?
Oh,
Well, I'm not gonna bring up the sexuals of the relationship. Let's just say we both matured together. Okay.
very well.
Okay, all right.
Very
Fair.
well.
She ended up passing away.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Now I'm sad.
Okay,
Yeah,
that sucks.
unfortunate circumstances.
Fuck.
And it affected me really heavy at the beginning, right? Because that initial hit
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
stuff, and then I kind of got over it. Well, well, first off, you never get over that. That's always with you. I'm gonna say that. That was a bad wordage, but you know, I got able to do daily life again. Is what I mean by get over it, right?
Moved on, yeah.
You learn to
And
live with it.
yeah, and afterwards I kind of started to not be as religious, and that gave like a big section of my life where I'm stuck in this awkward zone where I've been taught all these things about the spiritual world, whatever religion it may be, and I've been taught all these things about the counter world, you know. So I view it as two sects of spiritual awarenesses, which is good and evil. I'll generalize it as that. And there's a middle ground where, like all of us, some of us are very heavy one side of doing good things, and some of us are very heavy bad side doing bad things in society, right? But the majority of people, I want to say like 60% of the population, a large portion of the population, is right in the middle, where they're kind of doing good things, they're kind of doing bad things, they're kind of figuring themselves out, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm getting at with this is I believe that I am currently being haunted by a ghost, which I believe is to be my ex-girlfriend.
What makes you feel that way?
So I'm glad you asked that question. There's a lot going on here. After she passed away, like immediately afterwards, I started noticing things, like minor things that were happening in my life that I was just like, that's a little weird. I'm not crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's a little weird. Like I would wake up and like I would feel like somebody was next to me, right? And I'd be like, "Hey." And like there was even times where I woke up and like was continuing on a conversation from a dream that I had, but I was in real life, you know, I was aware of myself with with something next to me, right? And then I would be like, "Oh crap, what am I doing? This is weird." And I didn't really believe in ghosts or anything at this point. And then about a couple months after, it got to the point where lights were turning on in the house. And I would see things walking through my house, like white wisps and black wisps, and just very precarious figures, right? And then I moved because I decided I just want to get out of this house. It has to be tied to the house because I was like, this house has to be haunted, whatever. So I left. I went down from Indiana to Orlando and worked at Orlando for a while down in Disney. I worked at Disney. And I was good for about 3 months there. And then the same exact thing started happening. And it precariously got more and more worse. And it got to the point where I was waking up and all the lights would be on in the house, all the cabinets would be open, all the front door and back door and basement doors would be open. And I was like, after that happened once, I was like, okay, I'm not tripping. I was not drunk. I don't do any drugs. I'm a pretty like I'm a basic white boy.
Milk toast, yeah.
Right? You know, I'm not doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
So I go close all the doors at night, lock all the doors, turn off all the lights, close all the cabinets. I'm like double checking my checklist before I go to bed. I wake up the next morning, sure as hell, all the lights are on, all the doors are open, all the cabinets are open. Sometimes I'll even find
The
pots
light's
and
explainable,
pans.
but not like the doors and shit, yeah.
Yeah, and like all the pot and pans and glassware is sometimes taken out. Sometimes I've found like the faucet running.
You don't
And
sleepwalk, right?
no, I do not.
Okay.
No, I'm
As far
very,
as you're
very
aware.
light. Yeah, as far as I'm aware. Well, you know, I've lived with roommates, and they said that like I don't sleepwalk, I don't do
Okay, well, there you
anything.
go. Yeah.
And you know, I've asked the roommates, and like they've been like, yeah, we come out and like we see those things happening too. And
Yeah.
so I went, and here was the first thing that like was like my bona fide truth. This is a bit of a long story. Sorry.
Oh, it's
No,
okay.
no,
Uh,
no, no,
Yeah.
This is
please.
what it's for. This is what this is.
Yeah.
So I have 7 roommates at Disney, so it's crazy. So we all sit down because we're all starting to see some crazy shit, right? and we all sit down and we're in like a little circle almost, and we're talking with each other, and we're like, yo, what the hell is going on? And we start talking and nobody has anything to explain anything, and then I go, like, it just pops into my mind, because like I started like feeling as if the presence of this ex-girlfriend was like next to me almost. um and it just, with that presence, it popped into my mind, and I was like, yo, this happened to me. And everybody was like, that's got to be it, bro, that's got to be it. And so
First thing that hit your mind, yeah.
it was, yeah, it's just the first thing that hit my mind. There's no way to really explain it. And then so we're talking in a group, we're talking about things that we can do to like solve this problem. And eventually, like, two of the people of my roommates just straight up move out. They're like, I don't want to deal with this, they're gone. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna be that bad boy, so I'm just gonna move out. I have a group of solid friends I've been friends with for like 15 years. I've been, we've been tight. They understand my situation. So we all decided to get an apartment up in Canada, and we're living up there together. We're going to
Damn.
university and stuff, right? So I move. Second time. We're good for about a month, right? Nothing crazy is happening. After about a month, some crazy stuff starts happening again. And it's all like consistently the relatively same things that are happening. All the cabinets are open, the doors are unlocked and open, all the lights are turned on, and it's just like it's weird how consistent the things are happening, right? And so I'm like, okay, it's definitely me. I'm being followed by something, whether it be my ex-girlfriend or not. I know for a fact some assortment of presence, whether I can explain it or not, is following me, right? And before this, I did not believe in ghosts. I barely believed in spirits just because my parents told me to. Honestly, that was the extent of it. And after these experiences, it's been kind of crazy. And so then finished up my associate's degree. I moved back to the US, and I'm in this house now. And this is where it starts to get really crazy. So I'm in this house, right? And literally about a week after I move in, this guy knocks on my door. And I was sleeping at the time, so I wake up. It's super early. It's like 6 a.m., 8 a.m., something like that. I didn't have class till noon. And walk up to the door, and I see him with his flashlight, like looking through the window because it's kind of dark outside.
That's creepy.
So yeah, and I'm a little freaked out. And so I kind of look through, and I see the glimmer of like an officer badge on his patch. So I unlock the door, I open it up, and I go, hello. And then sure enough, an officer comes around the corner, and he starts talking to me. And I go, how can I help you, officer? What's going on? He says,
Yeah.
have you moved into this house? And I go, yeah, I just moved into here. And he's like, okay. Do you know anything about this house? And I go, no. I just moved in here. I don't.
Right.
I'm renting it out.
Yeah.
I'm renting it out. It's not like. And so the officer starts talking to me, and he goes, well, I just want you to know that this house hasn't been rented to because it's known to be haunted, and it's known to draw in people who are connected to the spirits. And this is what a police officer said to me. Okay. And I go,
Guys, we're on Final
That is
Destination.
odd.
I want to get off this wild ride.
Yeah.
I ain't dying. If I
By the
fucking
way,
die.
while I keep hearing the name Alice. I don't know why, but that's just a name I keep hearing while you're saying it. It's just weird.
Alice.
Yeah, I don't know.
That wasn't the girlfriend's name.
Okay. I keep hearing that name. I don't
Know
know
any
why.
Alice?
But
No, just Alice. I
don't know
hear
if I know
Alice
any.
over and over and over again. It's weird.
I don't know, Alice.
Was your girlfriend's birthday in October?
Yeah, it was October 1st.
Yeah, I
No
felt it.
shit.
Yeah.
No, because I pulled a
shit.
card. I pulled a card, and she's a Libra.
Oh, you were cheating.
No, I wasn't. No, I'm
Wait,
shuffling
that is
cards.
so fucking creepy.
I'm shuffling cards, and I
chills.
keep hearing the name Alice
I'm a-
over and over
I'm a
again.
It's real, bro.
You're a Libra.
I'm a
Yeah.
Libra.
Yeah, I'm channeling your energy right now. That's what I'm trying to do, and I keep hearing the name
Oh
Alice.
my
I don't know what
No
that means,
shit.
Guys, too
but
spooky
I'm
for
hearing
me.
the name Alice. I'm just
I'm
letting you
getting
know that.
chills. Wow.
I'm letting you know that because this is October, so and I'm hearing your
October?
girlfriend's also October.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
sorry. I just wanted to,
Oh my
because I'm like trying to
God.
channel, and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing Alice. I don't know if that's someone who used to live there, but
It could be.
it keeps popping Alice. I hear it. It's constantly. They're telling me Alice. I don't know. Just look
I
that up
mean,
later. Maybe there's somebody here who wants to say something.
they're okay. There very well
Yeah.
might be.
Okay.
So I'm talking to this officer, right?
Yeah.
And we're conversing back and forth. You know, I'm a pretty communicative guy. I like talking to people. I think it's fun to
Yeah.
learn. And he goes, well, and he was a fairly old officer. He's like, well, just a heads up, I was here about 20 years ago, and there's been a lot of people that have died in this house from drug OD. And it's close to a very popular university campus. He said, yeah, a lot of university students have been in and out of this house. You know, it switches every year. And we've had a lot of people, you know, alcohol OD, drug OD, and stuff like that inside of this house. And he goes, because it's so close to campus, I'm just like, if you ever start getting crazy thoughts or things like that, here's my number and just call me, and you can literally come and sleep at the county jail for, you know, in the nice place. You know, they have like police officer like
I was
treatment,
gonna say, what the fuck?
you know, and he's like, and like, you know, all whatever, because he's like, I've had so many people that have gone like had issues inside of this house. And he's like, you just let me know, I'll be right there for you, just know that you have a friend in the neighborhood. And I was like, okay, sweet, you know, I mean, that's a little creepy, but um all right. And so after that, the next day, I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear blood curdling screams as if somebody is getting murdered. I'm not even joking. And it's from this wall right here,
I
that I'm this wall off to my left. And I freak out because I'm like, oh shit, the neighbors, somebody's getting murdered. Our neighbors, right?
right.
So I literally I was in my underwear, I throw on some clothes, run out the door, knock on my neighbor's door like, you know, aggressively, and they don't answer. It's in the middle of the day. It's like noon, right? So
Yeah,
they're probably at work. I call this officer and I'm like, "Yo, somebody is being murdered, either like next door to us. Like, you got to check out." And I happen to own a gun. Um
based.
and so I grabbed it, and you know, I was like knocking, I started walking around the house like looking in the windows, and I was like, somebody is about to die or is already dead.
Right.
And so the officer comes over, he breaks into my neighbor's house where I heard the scream coming from, and in that general direction, and nothing happens. And he goes in there and he's like, yo, they're not home, like nobody is in this house. I go, all right,
Bro.
well, it is, you know, I'm sorry for wasting your resources, but I genuinely thought, like, you know, I've never called the police before. I was like,
Yeah,
I genuinely thought that something was happening. So he leaves. I come back to the house and I start hearing like words. And I can't really depict what exactly they were saying, but it was some crazy words. And then
Musica. Sorry,
yeah,
God,
y'all are
God.
pretty much caught up to date on my horror
You
story
look like
that
Bill
I have.
Cosby.
So
I kind of want to
Also,
I
do
am
a
listening. I
reading.
am
I
listening. Don't
kind of want to
worry.
do
that
a
was
reading on you because
scary as
I
fuck.
honestly, like, I'm shuffling cards and it's just the Libra card came out. I'm like, I'm hearing the name Alice.
yeah, I mean, Alice could have been one of the people, because they said that
Yeah,
there were girls that passed away here as well.
yeah. I'm
So
hearing
I
someone
mean,
got raped there.
it very well
Holy
could have been.
shit.
I mean, this was
Yeah,
like
I don't
known
know.
to be a
Somebody's telling me
fraternity,
that. I don't know what that means. I just hear like it's
but I know there's multiple spirits, if you would consider that, like in this house on top of whatever has been following me. And
okay.
like, I used to be a very skeptical person. You know, I didn't really believe in any of this, but considering the last 5 years of my life, I've been like, I mean, I don't have a choice but to believe in it at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That
yeah.
no, seriously,
Scary
that is
shit.
That's
that
scary.
that
It's weird. I can feel that energy and the fact that I'm like, I know you're a Libra. It's weird. I don't even know your, like, I don't know your birthday, but I was like, you're a Libra. You're born in October, and then your
Yeah,
girlfriend too. It was weird.
yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
September 25th. So I'm
Yeah.
actually like barely a
Ah, okay.
Libra,
So
right
it's
on the,
there. Yeah.
And you know, it's also funny is in this church when I was
Mhm.
very little, I was baptized, right? And I
Yeah.
was baptized on October 1st. And I always found that weird how
Ah,
her birthday was the same date that I happened to have my soul, quote unquote, cleansed. So
yeah.
interesting um, things there.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't
Yeah,
expect
so
that. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just channel your energy and
Damn
see what I pick
paranormal
up.
activity, you scary.
and I wish, dude, next time it happens, I need to record it
Honestly,
because
yeah,
like
I want to see because I'm getting a lot of weird messages. I don't know what they're telling me. It's like it's almost
and
like chaotic.
I
There's a
don't
lot of
know
words.
if
Yeah.
it's connected to the ex-girlfriend at all, right? That's just
Mm,
like my vibe or like my
mhm.
intuition that is like
Yeah.
connecting that. But like it all happened right after she passed away. And I don't know.
Maybe
I
she's
can't
trying to
explain
tell you
that.
something.
Maybe. I don't know. If she is, she's doing a bad job at telling me
Let me
exactly
see.
what.
I'll
I
pull
never
one
been
more.
I
dead. I have no idea.
I actually have a really I actually have a creepypasta, very famous creepypasta about a girlfriend that um passes away, and she tries to reach back out to her boyfriend. Um, and she uses and it's very creepy. She tries to use messages. So she tries to reach out back to him, and like I think it's either Facebook Messenger or like Instagram Messenger. Or it's one of the two. And um she uses recycled text.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
like she uses text that she has sent before. Sent out before to her boyfriend before she passed away. And I'm getting huge vibes from that, and it's like
Yeah.
it's giving me goosebumps. And dude, like that is that really good. That has to fucking suck a lot. So I'm sorry you had
Yeah.
to go
And
through
like
that.
I don't want to get into it now. That's maybe for another time because I don't want to suck up all everybody else's story time. But I have a lot of crazy like dreams that are like very vivid, almost lucid dreams. But that stuff, there's some crazy stuff that has happened in my dreams. But I'll leave that for another time.
I mean, you can always share other stuff whenever you want. Just
Yeah,
whenever you feel free to share whatever else.
yeah. So I
Uh,
know that was like 20 minutes, but that's my
no,
story.
that's
Hi
fine.
guys. I'm being haunted right now as we speak.
A face no cute ghost waifu.
I got a ghost waifu or maybe a couple. I don't know.
That's fine, dude. Share
Is that
everything you
Soul
want
of
to share.
Cinders, Gamu?
Yes, it is.
I love that song too. I heard
Me
it.
too.
I
I
was
love
like,
playing
oh,
it.
And dude, Gamble, you're on point, bro.
yeah, hardcore.
I'm hearing some good shit in the background. Leo, do you have anything to share with us?
Just like bits and pieces. I wish I had more concrete. My sister has seen so much, like kind of like Kawaii, very similar with like just seeing shit you like was not meant for human eyes. I guess the story behind it for her was that she my father was heavily into a witchcraft or I guess a religion known as Santeria. It's I'm seeing you on your screen by the way, so I'm getting distracted.
Don't.
So,
I'm testing
anyway,
backgrounds.
yeah, I'll try to like just let me
Yeah,
push it
yeah,
down
yeah.
so I don't get distracted. Anyway,
Yeah.
my father was into Santeria, and that's pretty much what I grew up around, like for a very long time. That's all I ever knew. I was also Christian. My father wanted me just to be a Christian man, so I was like, okay.
Yep.
The more he got deeper into it, the more he would find out. He would find out a lot about me, kind of like Kawhi getting into astrology. There is like an astrology chart in that religion too, and he could chart out my future as well as my emotions, and pretty much what me and Kawhi have talked about. Immediately, I recognized because my father saw it before she did, and my father would try to give me as much advice as he could without like I guess spoiling
Wait,
the
am I
future for me.
supposed to meet you?
I don't know.
That's weird.
My father never told me about anyone I might have had
Okay.
interest in.
Welcome.
But what ended up happening was the more that I kept on hearing about it, it would just really like bug me. Like there was a lot of personality traits that I 100% can relate to. A lot of scary shit that I don't want to talk about on stream, but I could be potential to if I'm not careful. Which I guess you could say, like for example, I guess one of them would be like, these drinking. I have a very obsessive personality, so like shit like this is like kryptonite to me. That and drugs. So like I can't get into much into like shit like that because it can lead me down a very destructive path, and I'm a very destructive person when I get angry. So moving on from that. So that's how that is. Like there's animal sacrifice, nothing too insane, just like chickens and shit. I would be like cleansed just to make sure I don't get fucked with. My the females in the family couldn't be in certain rooms with the idols because if they were, they could just like be spiritually, groped. I guess would be the best way to put it. Like just unwanted sexual, spiritual things. I wish I could give you more, but that's what the surface level what I understood. And anyway, my sister ended up wanting to know more about this sort of thing when she was just like, oh god, like 7 years old. And my father decided, like, okay, I'll help you out. He took some kind of powder, blew it into her eyes, and of course, it's just like, well, what the fuck is that? And he's like, you're gonna be able to see more of like the spiritual realm now. And so I would say from that point on, it really fucked my sister's head up. She's bipolar. She sees like incarnations of demons and like silhouettes in the house. And I'm a firm believer that if you shit where you eat, like if you just like have negative like vibes all around your house, like you're just gonna attract negative energy or spirits or whatever.
Yeah, I
And so
sage my room a lot.
yeah, my father does it
Yeah.
too occasionally.
Yeah.
But and she would like tell us like, oh yeah, I can like see a fucking demon with just horns at night, and it really like keeps me up. And I'm just like, my sister, I'm like, I can't see any of these things. Like, where are you getting this? Like, I want to believe you too because you're definitely afraid. And so like I'm not gonna assume like you're going crazy because I know my sister, she's very down to earth, and just she was suicidal at one point, just constantly like mentally she was just like taken advantage of a lot, like throughout the family too, but like a combination of that too was a lot of spiritual stuff she would just see. And so I try to be there for her whenever I could, but she just I'd say nowadays she's definitely got a better grasp on it as she's grown and matured, but I will never forget like the shit she has seen, like just so much, like I guess death. My grandmother, when she
Yeah.
passed away, she would apparently hear from her a lot. Whenever my grandmother left her bracelet before she passed away because she wanted her to have it, my father's like, you can't keep that. I'm sorry, because things that dead people leave behind will only like be bad for someone like you. You know too much, unfortunately. And the more I kept on thinking about it, my brother also had like an idol that he got into too. This is stuff I never messed with because like I don't know, as a kid I just didn't want to. I just thought it'd be boring. And my father gave my little brother like an idol that he could have, and my brother too. Just
So when you say
he
idol,
couldn't comprehend it.
what do you mean by that? Is it like a pencil or like?
Like an actual idol, like made of clay and stone,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
So
like decorated with like shells and stuff. You could probably look this stuff up. It's like it originates from Africa. It's really big in the Spanish culture, especially in Cuba. I wouldn't be surprised if Fidel Castro knows a little bit about it, honestly, and stuff like that.
do they have like a shrine for it? Because I know a lot of people with idols usually dedicate like a small section of the house just to
It
that.
depends because it depends like where you're at in the religion because there's like a totem pole of how high you can go. My dad was about the high priest area,
Mhm.
and so he would have like a couple that you're like meant to earn, and I guess one of them was like the devil's medicine man. I forget his name, but it's kind of cool to an extent. Don't get me wrong, but like at the same time, it's also like this is like shit
Yeah.
you really shouldn't be fucking with. There's books established on it and everything, and it's been around for like years. I probably hundreds. I have no idea, but whatever you do, if you ever look into it, you know. Actually, one of my names for from PlayStation was how do I pronounce it? Irosomee, which I don't know its name. If I look it up, I can tell you. 1 minute. Was hmm, yeah, I can't get it right now. Yeah, I can't get the actual thing. My father could like sit me down and talk to me for this about hours, and I would just like probably recall a lot of things I've seen. And then other bits, I would say, like the most recent one I had that scared the fuck out of me is when Kawhi did a tarot reading on me. And I was like, I went to bed that night, and for some reason, like I was just getting like flashes of light in my eye. It could have been from the fucking screen from staring at it. I don't know, but like I swear I could make out images of like a child or something. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
All right.
It creeped me
Yeah.
out for a
Yeah,
good
I guess it just confirms that I'm not going crazy or anything like that. Like
hour.
when
I
I
know.
hear things, because it just sounds weird when I tell people that
Her,
they tell me things. That's what, and then it
yeah.
makes me sound crazy. And I'm like, no, they are telling me things, and that's what I'm hearing.
Jesus.
So
When
yeah,
her and
and
I
like
would
for
talk
instance,
about,
for classy, like I was just like, yeah, I'm hearing you're a Libra. I hear
mhm.
October. I'm hearing the name Alice. I don't know what that means, but it's just that's what I'm hearing.
Kawhi,
And
you're
that's
And
well
why I
set.
believe a
Shut
lot what
up.
she says.
so I'm clear audience. I hear words and like that kind of thing. So
Mhm.
yeah. So I use tarot to kind of channel energy and for messages. So
When I was first talking to Kawhi about this sort of thing, she was telling me about it. I got more interested. I wanted to understand more of it, and the more I kept digging, the more like afraid I was getting. So I was like, "There's just like some kind of forbidden secrets that humans should definitely not be
yeah,
messing around
sometimes
with
I
in here."
am afraid of kind of messing more into it. I am more I guess doing more like Wicca things, like kind of like that kind of stuff, because it does interest me and it does kind of like I'm intrigued and I'm curious, but it does frighten me that like if I do start and then it's like I can't go back or something I might summon or whatever, like something might get attached to me, kind of like
Just bad
classy.
mojo. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I cleanse my room all the time, like once a month or
my
during the
friend
full
actually
moon.
told me one story. I don't know if it was like a Ouija that he did or it was a tarot thing, but
Yeah.
he apparently did it in a cemetery,
Oh god.
and
Fuck
he
yeah.
got stuck with something fucking
Fuck yeah.
scary, and the man just
I've
went.
thought about it, like doing it like in a cemetery. Like whenever I visit my grandfather, I do talk to him. That sounds so weird. I talk to him sometimes and it's
That's
just
not
like,
weird at all.
yeah,
I know people who've done that in my family. It's not weird.
yeah. So
So let me group this all up. Kawaii is the logical explanation, right? The reader.
Yeah,
Uh, Leo is the guy who has been involved with this his whole life but tries to stay away from it,
more like a
right?
witness, honestly.
A witness of stuff. Classy is the guy who didn't believe in shit but got forced in it. And then Musica has seen a laptop halfway closed.
No. I actually have two stories that make me
what about
that basically have
Gamu?
made me want. No, yes, I want Gamu to share any experience that he has had before. But at the same time, I do have two experiences that have made me question my my I guess non I mean my belief about
Yeah,
this whole paranormal stuff. Um, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it to you know for the end of sharing experiences. So we have had Leo, we have had Kawhi, we have had Classy. And Gamo, do you have any experience that you would like to share with us?
I joined some assholes Zoo
yeah.
Cub group once.
Okay. I can't say I really have like I haven't had any direct experiences, but I know my family is pretty
Yeah,
super.
sure.
Um,
Yeah, sure.
like when I was growing up, my brothers and I, it wasn't really me so much. I've had a pretty scary dream before. I'll elaborate on that later. But basically, sometimes my brother would have like the worst nightmares ever. Like he would wake up screaming because they were so bad. And what my mom would do basically is she would check and see if we got anything new recently. And most of the time, we would have gotten something new. And so what she would do is she would just take that shit, toss it out the back door, and see if that helped. And most of the time, it actually would help. And so our idea was that we pick up something with bad energy attached to it,
Yeah,
and
I believe
in
that.
some sort of form or way, maybe we got something from the secondhand store, or someone else got something from the
thrift store,
secondhand
yeah.
store, and it passed over to us from someone else, and that kind of stuff would just we would get rid of it pretty fast because I'd suppose in one way or another it would affect us. I mean, I've had some nightmares, but there was one particular dream that was like so bad. I woke up in such a sweat. I was panting and shaking because it was so bad. And it was like something I'd never seen before. I was in some sort of cabin in the woods that I'd never seen, never even thought of before. And it was this apparition that I could have never imagined that was like squeezing the life out of me. And that's when I woke up, and that was like the worst dream I'd ever had because it was so real, like so real. It was crazy, and like I had nightmares before, but nothing like that. It was crazy.
Yeah,
That
so lucid.
that's sounding like fucking sleep paralysis. The average human experiences sleep paralysis at least um, once to three times in their lifetime.
Sure, but that
Um,
sleep paralysis doesn't explain the why.
Only 1 to 3.
One to three,
Jesus.
yeah. I have
Oh,
I have
no.
personally experienced
High
two.
score.
I'm 30 years old right now, and I have personally experienced two.
I've experienced one. Yeah, sleep paralysis, or I couldn't move.
So
Scary.
in the case that you don't know what sleep paralysis is, it's basically your brain wakes up, but your body doesn't. Whenever you go to sleep, your brain pretty much puts a lock on your body.
It's on
That-
idle.
Yeah, it pretty much makes it so you don't sleepwalk, so you don't react to things that you're experiencing in your dreams. Um, in some scenarios that could happen to you at any point in your life, there's people that actually experiences sleep paralysis multiple times a month. Um, and the average human experiences it from 1 to 3 times in their lifetime. Um, so what happens is that um, one day you could be sleeping just fine. You're just minding your own business. You're sleeping, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden you wake up, but your body hasn't. So you're freaking out because your body's not responding to you. You don't know what's going on. So you start getting scared, like, oh shit, like what's happening to me? Did someone drug me? Did someone am I fucking like gagged and and bound and shit like that?
Oh, shit.
Like why am I not moving? I'm clearly awake. You can look around and shit, but you can move. So because your brain is still partially asleep, you basically start seeing, out of fear, you start seeing shit that's not there. In my first experience of sleep paralysis, there's a huge legend in El Salvador, Central America. I experienced it when I was living over there. That used to creep me the fuck out, which was a priest without a head. So it was basically just a headless priest.
Mm-hmm.
The long story short, the story goes like, if you've been sitting a lot, like out of your fucking mind, been sitting, and you need to be, you need to pay for your sins. This headless priest is gonna come to you at any point of your day, and it's gonna start asking you. You're gonna start hearing his voice, but you're not gonna see his head, just his body. And he's gonna start asking you, is there anything you want to tell me? Is there anything you feel like you need to get off your chest? And if you lie and you say that there's nothing that you have done wrong, he cuts your head off. So as a kid, I used to be extremely afraid of this guy.
The sounds is like as a folklore, like the cuckoo.
Yeah.
My fucking parents used to tell me about that one.
It was an urban legend in my country. It's still an urban legend in my country. There's a lot of urban legends over there. But this guy specifically used to creep me the fuck out. So one time I wake up, and I at this point I didn't know what sleep paralysis was. I was just a child. I think I was like 14, 15. And I wake up, I can't move at all. But I'm just looking around. I used to sleep with my brother. I could see my brother sleeping on his bed. But I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. If I ever tried to talk, the most I could get out of me was something like like a moan. The most. If I try to fucking talk.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it fucking sucked, dude.
Yeah.
And we used to leave our door open in a room. So I have in my peripheral, I can see this shape without a head. They're walking back and forth in front of my bedroom. It's walking back and forth. And I was like, holy shit, this is the headless priest. I need to fucking tell him everything. I need to tell him everything that I have done. And whenever I try to talk, tell him my scene, what I thought they were my sins. All I could do is like,
Yeah, just
and I thought I was gonna get my head chopped off. I could hear his steps. I could hear the steps, and I was thinking, okay, maybe it's someone that broke in, and they fucking injected some kind of paralysis thing on me, and they're stealing shit from our house right now, or maybe that's the actual fucking priest, and this is his fucking ghost supernatural power. Eventually he stopped walking back and forth in front of my room. And little by little, I was able to move my body. My body hurt a lot. It was very fucking sore. and that's the scientific explanation to that is that when when you're experiencing sleep paralysis, your body tenses shit. It tenses up, especially because you're trying to move it, but it's not. It's just like stiff. So yeah, so your body is just like flexing the entire time.
Convulsing.
Basically, yeah, it's basically fighting you. It's fighting your
Okay.
commands. So eventually started being able to move little by little, but I could hear his steps. I could hear some voices in the middle of all of that. I remember clearly one of the voices said, "Ghosts are real," and they kept, and I heard that a couple of times. Ghosts are real, and I'm like, that sounds very cliche. But I don't know what
Right.
the but I don't know what the fuck this is. It's clear something on is really it's clearly going on, and I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Um, Once I was able to move, I fucking woke up my brother. I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, "There's someone in the house." That I saw them walking back and forth in front of a bedroom, and there's someone in here. I didn't mention anything about seeing a headless person walking around because take, taking it into consideration the whole I was only seeing them out of my peripheral. Maybe I just didn't see their head.
Mhm.
But so what happens during sleep paralysis is that um your biggest fears usually come to life, and that's an actual scientific thing that it, you're freaking out so much that you can control your body and you don't know what's going on. You start thinking of your biggest fears, they actually manifest because you're in a state between the sleep, in between being asleep and in between being actually awake. Um, yeah, so if you personally experience sleep paralysis, you're likely to see your biggest fears in front of you.
Hmm.
Yeah. And what Gamu was mentioning, it reminded me of my sleep paralysis.
Okay, I thought you were saying what I was experiencing was sleep paralysis, and I was like, no, no, no way, because I don't think I woke up during that at all, mentally or physically. I think I was asleep until, I'd actually woken up and I was scared out of my mind. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Oh my god.
I hear you. Yeah.
But yeah, it was so like so realistic and I guess surreal, past just being realistic that like I still remember it extremely vividly to this day. And what really the reason why it stuck out to me so much, aside from being ridiculous, was that I have a very tame, like a very very non-existent imagination, basically, and so like I have trouble, even visualizing anything in my mind. How some people have trouble like visualizing things in their head. And part of that is in my dreams too. I can't see colors in my dreams. I can barely remember what my dream was, or if I do remember, I can't actually think of any real details in my dreams. But that was it was so real. Like I remember exactly, not exactly, but I remember very very much how this dinky, creaky, rundown wooden cabin in the woods looked like. The 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 wood. It was rotted. You could see through the cracks a little bit, and I just remember so much detail about it that it's just such a step away from what I was used to that it just doesn't seem normal.
Hmm. Yeah, white cabin.
Honestly, I that sounds really cool to me, but yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine how disturbing that shit could be when you're
It
actually
was
experiencing it.
absolutely fucking terrifying. Like
Yeah.
I kind of remember how it looked. Um, it was as tall as the room. I can tell you that it was as tall as the room. It had it had empty orifices for eyes in the mouth.
Fuck.
It was massive. And in my dream, it was grabbing me. And it was I was lifted off the floor and I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. And I felt like the life was getting squeezed out of me. And then I woke up and I was fine, but I was obviously fucking terrified about what I just
I've had the
experienced.
life squeezed out of me before, just in different areas, and those are the best dreams.
I'll be right back.
You're like,
But
I don't
yeah.
want to even wake up right
Aside
now.
from that, I haven't had any real paranormal experiences aside from the house is making noises. That could be
Old
anything,
houses,
but
yeah,
it could be scary.
old houses do that.
But I know a lot of people in my family are superstitious and they have plenty of ghost stories. I can't really remember many of them.
Yeah.
But you said you're half Filipino, right? Did they ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they ever tell you like stories of like I guess like demons and stuff like that in like the Philippines, like manananggal, like that, like the.
One of these ghosts from
Mhm.
Phasmophobia actually originated in the Philippines. What are they called?
Is it
Nana,
Aswa?
Nana. What's tell me some of the ghosts that you see in Phasmophobia. I think
Oh, is
I have
it's
to
Nana
picture real
Filipino
quick.
too?
it's
Does she know?
Yeah, I'll put this in the spooky channel. So
do it,
so
do
Yeah.
it.
just so this is a very very cartoonish illustration or
Because there's like this
art, but
vampire
that's kind
lady
of
that has like
what
a
I
long tongue and
I know
imagine
then.
you're
that, but
not
extremely
Filipino.
realistic. That's what the ghost looked like
Spooky.
to me.
One of the ghost types, they actually come from the Philippines. I forget what they're called. Wolves ban that person. Um, fuck, what are they called? What are they called? It's one of the ghost types you can find in Phasmophobia. I remember watching a video and learning everything about them and that they originated in the Philippines.
Yeah, there's like ghost stories that my parents would tell me. That way I wouldn't sneak out at night. I was very rebellious when I was younger and I would just not listen. And they're like, yeah, the thing's going to get you at night, so you can't go out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, called?
Yeah.
I can't specifically remember right now.
Okay.
But let's see. Fuck, I was thinking of like a million stories right now.
We just had a weird experience right now with me and
Yeah.
Classy. That's just really weird. So,
Well,
yeah, so I
one
have a lot
thing,
of those.
one thing I did want to mention, and that it still creeps me, not doesn't creep me out. Honestly, I think it's just coincidence, 100% coincidence. But it's a coincidence that I still can't forget. You remember that tsunami that happened in the Philippines
Hmm.
in
I
2000, 2002, 2004, something like that.
Yeah.
was just a baby.
How old are you again?
I'm 25. Y'all are older.
Yeah, yeah. Um. Well, there was a tsunami in the Philippines that, whew, killed so many people. Um, and then there was a second tsunami in Japan in 2013, along with the earthquake.
That one people remember.
In my country, I think we had two huge earthquakes. The first one was at like a 7.1, and the second one was at like a 7.9. Before the earthquakes in my country, this is in El Salvador, Central
America gets a lot of the worst.
Oh yeah. We're used.
Spain's had the worst, I believe, or was it Central America?
In Central America, we are used on daily big earthquakes. We are used to massive. That shit. Yeah, we're used to that shit, and you know it's not a fucking big deal if a 5.0 or 6.0 happens. But the thing is, in the Richter scale from 6.0 to 7.0, it's a huge fucking difference. 6.0 feels like fucking child's play. To 7.0, it feels like a huge fucking catastrophe. Like the fucking land is sinking. That's a huge difference in those two things.
I mean, it basically is.
In 2001, we had those two huge earthquakes. 7.1, and I think the second one was 7.8, 7.9. Almost 8, you know? Before these two earthquakes happened, I had some dreams about earthquakes. I didn't even know what earthquakes were back then. I was just in like, what, 4th grade? I had never experienced a major earthquake or anything like that. But I remember I had a dream about an earthquake that was making everything crumble down. A few months later, go figure, we had the 7.1 earthquake.
Yeah.
And then I kept having earthquake dreams, which is reasonable because we just had experienced one. And I was definitely afraid of another one. Then this fucking wolves, huh? And then the second one happened. And alright, cool. What tripped me out was the fact that I had a dream about the first one before the first one ever happened. And I remember there was this girl that I had never met before. She had talked to me. I had met her in the dream, and she was saying something big was coming. I remember that dream as vividly as I can. Okay, the earthquakes happened, blah blah blah. I started getting used to fucking huge earthquakes. Because after that, we started having earthquakes of like 6.0, like almost on a weekly basis. Then I started having dreams about a tsunami and how it was just dark waters coming into the land, and we would all try to go up a hill, up a mountain.
Which should be doing.
Yeah, I just started having these tsunami dreams. And the Philippines tsunami happened. Then they stopped after that. 5, 6, 7 years later, I started having another tsunami dream. Like constant, every fucking night. Then the earthquake and tsunami in Japan happened, and I stopped having tsunami dreams. Welcome back, Emma.
Hey.
Then, I remember there was a minor tsunami somewhere, and I remember having some like not too crazy tsunami dreams, but I can't back that up. I can't really remember shit. But yeah, I honestly at this point I feel like it's just been coincidence. You know, having fucking tsunami dreams and then a tsunami happens somewhere else, and then
better let us know if you have another one.
Yeah.
And then they
I
fucking
die because of a tsunami.
and then they fucking stop.
I'm haunting you.
And then the earthquake dream.
I have the
and
chain and shit.
Happened. I'm like very positive it's just been coincidence. I don't think that's. I don't know. I can't imagine myself having any kind of like premonition power, like premonition
I
type of
didn't
powers.
either, honestly. Like, I had this since I was little, and I didn't think anything of it. And it's just recently this year, I'm like, okay, let me see if I have.
Well,
And it's like,
I will say, if I start having any dreams like that again, and something actually happens,
let us
I'll
know.
probably start believing it.
Yeah, one time is a coincidence. Like the second time, you're like, ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second time made me start doubting it. And the craziest part is that I was like, okay, that's fucking crazy. I was really concerned, like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. That's huge fucking tsunami that happened over there in Japan.
Mhm.
And you know,
Imagine
I was
building nuclear plants in a fucking coast.
I was actually concerned and aware about it, but the dreams didn't keep up. After it actually happened, they just stopped. So it's just like, okay, why are they stopping now? If I'm still scared about it, and the scientific thing about it would be like, yeah, you're thinking about it, you're thinking about it so much, and you're scared about it so much that you're gonna keep on dreaming about it. But no, they just plain out stopped. And yeah, if it was to happen again, then I'll be like, okay, I think I got something going on over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. For me, it's like confirmation. So it's like when I hear words and stuff like that. But yeah, if it happens, like, I think you're 3-0 right now. So, you
2-0.
might, or 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
I
yeah.
remember it was a minor one, but I can't remember where it happened.
Maybe thinking, what was it, like Thailand? Was it in
I
Bangkok? Something like
I
that. I don't remember.
I don't know. I know there was a somewhat of a significant tsunami somewhere not too long ago, maybe like 3 years ago or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I do keep having apocalyptical. Maybe you guys don't want to hear this, but I do keep having apocalyptical dreams about meteors.
Oh, God.
And that's
Yeah, that movie
that's
was dope. I liked Armageddon.
what? That's
I hope
not.
the
That
end of the
wasn't
world
about.
is cool as that
That
movie.
wasn't about meteors.
Yeah, it was. You never seen Armageddon with Bruce Willis?
No, I don't think
No?
I don't think I want to see that.
You should. It's actually really funny. It's not even like it's kind of like sad, but it's mostly funny.
Oh wait, Armageddon. Yes.
Armageddon, yeah.
I was
Generic as fuck
thinking.
name, but the movie was funny.
I was thinking.
Michael Bay directed it, I believe.
I was thinking Terminator, but yes,
Not
I love.
Terminator.
I was no, yes, I actually do love Armageddon. Fuck yeah, that's a really good movie.
It's so like a nonsensical movie that nothing's happening, but it's just a great time with the boys.
It reminds me of my favorite movie of all, Interstellar. Have you guys seen it?
Mhm.
It's a space movie, right?
I
Good.
fuck yeah, it's like
I have
90%.
to watch it.
It's like 90%.
That's like when the fucking black hole, right?
Yeah, oh, Gargantua, yeah.
I haven't watched it. People said it was good though.
It's like
It's really
90%.
good.
You gotta watch it at least 5 to 10 times to actually understand it.
Yeah. It's,
The it's
Black
like
holes are
90%.
scary,
It's like 90% real quantum mechanics, quantum physics,
Yeah.
and like 10% fiction. I actually was lucky enough, if you're looking at the stream right now,
Yeah.
to secure one of the pieces of the original Realm film.
What is that?
I have one
The
of
film.
the pieces of the realm of the realm
the real?
the real yes, of the real
Mhm.
of the original fucking real.
Well, like a piece of the film?
of the movie.
Yeah, an
yes.
actual piece of it.
An
yeah.
actual piece of it.
Oh, I was saying, what the fuck is that? The Philosopher's Legacy? Damn.
No, it's just he's a big nerd.
That's how much I fucking love it. I literally have this shit on this little piece that it came in.
Yeah, I should check it out. I've been dying for a
That's
space
sick.
movie.
It's a sick. It's gonna destroy your brain.
It will.
I chugged the rest of my shit, and now I'm feeling it.
I mean,
Let's go, got it.
oh, I'm feeling it.
I was like, I just want to get through this, and I fucking chugged the rest of
I
it.
would have
Now,
gotten more.
Same.
Being
That's me
really
every
over here.
night.
Crunch is saying
so
music.
my face should be getting red flush pretty soon.
Yeah.
Crunch is
Got that
saying.
Asian glow.
Crunch is saying that Musica has shown me has shown me Interstellar at least four times. Yeah, I have. There are two movies that I love the most in my life: Interstellar and Back to the Future.
Oh, you know what? What's everyone's like movie that you would just show people repeatedly?
Here
Mine
you
would
go.
probably be like Hardcore Henry.
Here we go.
I fucking love that movie.
Do you see the DeLorean on
Yeah.
stream? I have the mini DeLorean, and I have a copy. If you have seen Back to the Future, which I doubt you youngsters, then you will know this. I have a real, actual copy of the almanac, one of the almanacs that was used in the three movies. Well, in the first and the second movie.
Blast from the past.
A blast from the past. Yes, exactly. And it has. It's just
the fucking almanac.
yeah. It's just.
Oh, Wolves, I got some bad news for you.
Yeah. This one right here was grabbed by fucking Jamie Foxx and shit.
Good now.
And it's just a notebook. They didn't actually have anything inside of it. That shit was CGI, but the outside and the and the back that was real. So yeah,
Oh, hold on.
That
So
shit
if you ever
looks
go
sick.
back to the
it's
past.
it's
That's really cool.
That looks so good.
it's one of my two most precious precious fucking treasures that I have about movies. And I live 2 blocks away from the mall where they filmed Back to the Future.
You can watch Star Wars, but not the sequels.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like the third one too much, but I mean, okay. But yeah, what movies do you guys like?
That's a tough question for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie that I watch repeatedly, but
It would have to be the one you watched the most, and I couldn't off the top of my head tell you.
I really
probably
haven't
the
watched many,
Titanic.
so
That's
Yeah,
only because it was
kinda
on
the
all the
same.
time. Only because it was on all the time, though. But I do think it's a good movie.
I never really watched many movies, so like the ones
Yeah.
that I see are the ones that I know I'm gonna like. So like
Yeah.
I would fucking show people Hardcore Henry all the time. I fucking love that movie.
Aw.
Napoleon Dynamite's pretty
It's
fucking
really
good.
it's
Napoleon
really unique.
Dynamite. I would
That
have
one
like
never gets old. For me, at least.
Thor Ragnarok would be playing like as background movie for me. So like
That's gotta be old. I swear
I
that's old.
know, but
Ragnarok is like 3, 4
Oh, you know
years
what? I really
old.
like Scarface.
yeah,
I
but
love
it's because I like
Scarface.
Hela. Hela's like my spirit animal. So
Mm.
there's nothing better than a scorned woman.
See, I'm Inception.
Inception is good.
Inception's a good
I
movie,
like
yeah.
Inception. Yeah.
I love it because it makes you think.
Is that the one where the kids are like, there's like a twist at the end?
Oh, there's a twist.
Yeah, I have to watch the movie. Don't spoil
I've
it.
read all the like, fiction. Well, like the twist is pretty much the premise of the whole movie. I mean, you think about it from the very beginning. It's like, were you asleep during the entire movie? Are you asleep right now?
Mhm.
Are you awake right now? You know. And so,
Oh,
like,
you know what other movie?
Yeah, that is a good movie. I still remember some very interesting scenes. The hotel room, I remember that, and the fucking hall. I think
Oh,
everyone
that hall
remembers
scene.
that.
My God,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Such a beautiful.
Nana,
different.
Nana over
It's
here is
different.
saying Inception has open ending, leaving
You
it
know
to
what
the viewer's
other movie I
interpretation.
really love with Bradley Cooper is Limitless. Have you guys seen Limitless?
Oh yes, I love it. I love
Such a good movie. I love that movie. That's
Yeah.
a great movie.
it. Yeah, really good shit.
Really good.
Mm-hmm. Take the pill, become the perfect fucking human being.
Yes.
I
Oh
watched
yeah,
this shit
Tobey
a lot.
Maguire Spider-Man is fucking good. I hate people who tell me like, oh, the newer Spider-Mans are better. I'm like, Tobey Maguire did a good.
Well,
Tobey Maguire.
I love his movies the most. Of Spider. I'm not a North American superhero type of guy. I'm a fucking weeb, you know this. But
Yeah.
Same.
but
Yep. Guess we all are.
but
I mean, you guys haven't seen like
Spider-Man, Transformers, and Iron Man. I fucking absolutely love.
Iron Man, yeah. Tony Stark.
And yeah, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, that was the best fucking Spider-Man that ever existed. I did not like the second guy, I forget what his name is. I do like
the newer one.
Who's the guy with the really big hair, right?
No. There's one guy.
Oh, literally
okay.
the second one. I know what
the
you
first one's Toby. The second one is
is it Andrew Garfield? Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he only had 2 movies.
Sorry, Tom Holland.
And Tom Holland, the third guy, the third Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that
that's the
guy.
guy with the big hair.
I like that guy a lot,
He's a cutie.
especially because he made a commercial about Final Fantasy Shadowbringers.
Oh, dude, the Tom. Yeah,
Yes.
Tom Holland.
Yes.
I actually, it made
Yes.
me hate him more because like this little shit has such a beautiful home and he lives by himself and he gets so much pussy. I bet I hate this guy because I'm not him.
He's with Zendaya.
I just
right
like him
now,
because
and I ship
he's
them
like
so
actually.
hard.
He seems like actually like such a nice guy.
Nerd. I know.
He
right?
seems like a
Yeah,
legit
deep
nice
down,
guy.
but it's like I'm just jealous, so it's just like I want to be him.
Oh yeah, I completely understand that, dude. I'm sure most people would want to, have a life like his. I'm sure it's not all,
Yeah, I mean,
roses and
yeah,
sunshine,
right,
though.
right. But he's still making millions.
But hey,
and
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure, compared to, making millions, fuck it, I'll take that shit, bro. Hand it over. Any day, bro.
he connected with me the day he made that commercial for Shadowbringers.
This is Musica. Friend.
Yeah.
He's my friend.
Okay. All right. Anyways, we are kind of drifting away from spooky stuff. Okay.
We digress.
We were going. Yeah, we digress. We were going through each personal story, and I was saying that I was gonna save mine for last after you guys went through all your stories. Is there anyone that would like to share one more story before I go through mine, or are you guys good?
Yeah, you mind if I turn off my webcam?
How dare you? You look beautiful. What do you mean?
I was gonna put on Clone Hero for everyone here.
Wait.
Play some Guitar Hero for everyone.
Wait, if that happens, I might have to.
You have to rearrange them.
You're gonna have to move everyone around
Yeah.
again.
No,
Okay.
Gamo.
You can change the volume of your. Wait, never mind.
We can do it at the end.
Yeah.
Like a closing stream Guitar Hero.
Well, after
I was
this,
driving out with Goblin earlier. I was
after-
like, hey.
after this, I do want to go play Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I need to get the
It's
Zarya
so
skin.
late.
Yes, I need the skin.
Okay.
I need this.
Yeah, I have to go to bed after this.
Oh, I know.
It's
Whatever.
so fucking
late
late.
for you, Leo.
Whatever.
It's
Lee.
3 a.m.
You know, I had
Pretty late.
5 more things for the agenda, but I guess we're gonna leave that for episode 2.
Sure.
As for now,
Am I welcome back to episode 2?
yes, you guys, all of
Okay.
you are welcome back in episode 2. We might have new guests here and there, but you're not forced or anything like that to join
Yeah.
for episode 2. Anyways, as for Wolves is saying that it's 8 a.m. for him. He's a real fan.
Yeah, he's in Britain, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's in the UK.
Exactly.
He's a British boy, yeah.
So he's in the part of the world that tried taxing us on fucking tea, right?
Jesus.
We fought and died to get away from these people, and he's up at 8 a.m.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we really showed them dumping our own resources that we already paid for. By the
Keep
way.
in mind, you can still find like cargo in the fucking bottom of that ocean
Yeah.
to this day.
XD.
I mean, I've been there twice. It's-
LMAO XT. RAR.
Right.
XT. X3.
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So, there are 2 stories that make me want to believe in everything that we have just been talking about. I will say one of them. My dad unfortunately passed away in 2006. I was in high school. When he passed, unfortunately, I did not have a very functional family. So my dad had his own room. When he passed away, I took over that room. It was a December day, and I was playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja.
The story sucks already.
Ultimate Ninja, not Ultimate Ninja Storm. Storm didn't even exist back then. I was playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja with my best friend. His nickname was Birdie. It's Birdie. I still call him Birdie. Because every time, thing is, and that doesn't translate too well, his house always smells like popcorn. Anytime you would go to his house, it smells like fucking popcorn.
Dude, that's sick.
And and if you say popcorn in Spanish, it could be taken either as popcorn or birdie, like a bird. Birdie.
Okay.
So eventually, me and all of like my association friends would call him Birdie. So we're playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja and PS2, and in that new room that I had gotten because my dad passed away. And sometime at around like 2 a.m., we have the door closed and locked in my room. The door fucking slams open. We freaked the fuck out.
Your dad wanted to have a turn to say it was his turn.
He was whipping out the belt, bro.
Yeah, right.
that shit slammed open. And that would only open that door would only open like that if there was like a strong gust of wind and it was, not left fully closed. So that's where I am. That's where I am. Fuck. What's the word I'm looking for?
You can do it. I believe in you.
Acceptic. Enectic. What do you call a person that doesn't believe in shit?
Agnostic.
No, that's
atheist.
Non-believer.
No.
Doesn't believe in shit.
That's where I am.
A skeptic.
Skeptic. Okay, yeah, no.
Oh my god, that's where I'm a skeptic about this story.
Okay.
Because I knew that fucking door slams open if it wasn't closed all the way.
Did you have a window open?
But I was 1,000,000% sure that door was fucking closed all the way and it was locked. At that moment, I was 1,000,000% sure about that. But the door fucking slammed open. So at that point, I was just like, did you leave the door open? I asked my friend. And he was like, nope, that shit was closed. So taking his word, that shit slammed open just like that. Now, my household was always one to have birds, parrots. We had a lot of parrots. We had ducks, we had turtles. We basically had a fucking zoo in there.
Mm-hmm.
Big house. The parrots would stay in the living room in a big cage, huge cage, beautiful. I fucking love birds. I'm gonna say that now. I love birds.
Mhm.
Um, I love birds over cats, over dogs. Anyways,
They are truly the freest animal.
these birds would start fucking ing whenever
Wait,
there
what
was
that?
cuckoo.
That's what I
That's,
tell Wolves when he wants the nano.
Whenever they would start cuckooing, it would mean that there was someone around them. So this room was in the second floor, right? My dad used to stay up late, very, very up late, in the living room, watching fucking Futurama and The Simpsons. He is the reason
Old people
why.
shit.
He is
Aw.
the reason why I love Futurama.
Yeah.
Aw.
A lot of
Sometimes
people like Futurama.
he wasn't a person of much words, but I would, whenever I saw him watching The Simpsons or Futurama, I would sit down and watch him with him. He would not say shit, but I'm sure he enjoyed my company whenever we were watching it. Because otherwise he would be like, "Get out of here" or some shit like that. He never said anything. I would just sit down and watch it with him. So, um, the door opened up. The birds started going crazy in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I was so used to know that the birds would go crazy if there was someone there in the living room, that I immediately ran to my mom's bedroom, and I told her someone broke in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how sure I was about it. Someone broke in. The birds are going crazy on the first floor. That means there's someone there. And she was just like, she didn't take me seriously. She was just like, "Oh, go wake up your brother and tell him to go check." Yeah, I know. And
Tell him to check.
I went, yeah, I went to fucking wake up my brother, and we went downstairs with him, with my friend. No one was in the living room. No one was anywhere else in the house. This was about 2 months after my dad passed away. And, my mom doesn't remember anything like that. She doesn't even remember I woke her up about this.
To be fair, she was
And
probably half asleep.
exactly. So I attribute that to her being half fucking asleep and her telling me, "Oh, go tell your brother." But the one thing I don't have a full on explanation on, I am basically 1,000,000% sure that we closed that door in my room, and I'm 1,000,000% sure that those birds would only go crazy if there's someone in the living room. So, and I remember having a dream with my dad, and this is scientifically explained as well. You do have dreams with people that passes away, and it's. But I did have a dream with my dad a couple days before that happened. And then this whole fucking thing happening, so I was just like, well, this is either a crazy fucking coincidence, or my dad was telling me to come down to the living room to watch some shows with him. And that's my one story that I don't know if I should attribute it to spooky stuff or coincidences.
No, that was scary.
Yeah, I definitely
Story.
believe that like animals can see things that we can't see.
The
because
sixth sense.
my dog also does that where he'll like stand or like he'll sit in the corner of the room and he'll just stare at the corner for a while, and it's just, and I try to get his attention and he will not like look at me. So yeah, I do feel like my dog is like my familiar, I guess, that protects me from that. So like my guard dog from that kind of sense. So yeah, I do believe that animals do see things that we don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a dog as well, and like, you know, she's definitely. I have a dog and a cat, and they've both
Mhm.
definitely seen something, and then, or they're just like dumb as hell. Or they're just staring at the ceiling.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
weird.
Either
Yeah. Or
one,
they'll
but
bark at things at at night and there's nothing there and it's like it's just weird.
My
And I
cats
was
would
just
do that.
yeah.
My cats would fucking do that, and I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, it's
Stop!
just weird. It's weird, yeah. Or they start whining. I think my dog one time was whining, like he was like scared of something. I'm like, please don't do this right now. Like, about to sage my whole room right now. You better not. So yeah,
I hear
I. hmm
Well, I guess that's as of right now, that's a good point to leave episode 1 at. I do have a lot of subjects to go through in either episode 2 or 3. What is that? Oh shit! Someone tipped me. Wolves tipped 680. Why didn't you tip 699? You twat.
There's a conversion.
yeah, it's pounds.
Oh yeah.
What is 688 to pounds?
Yeah. What is that? To
What is that in
pounds?
freedom bucks?
Probably $10 or 10. He probably gave you a tenner.
Freedom bucks,
Oh, it's
baby.
£5.
Freedom
Maybe a
bucks.
tenner.
Five.
Freedom units.
Yo, joke's on you. We just made money off that transaction.
The fucking conversion rates over here is turning
Our
to
money is
shit.
worth more. Yeah, it is worth more. Their money is worth
At this point, yeah.
It
It's fucking
is.
garbage over here.
Yeah, that's why we made more money, because like he put in £5.
He
we
should
get more USD.
He should have tipped 6669. 669. No, Wolves, I immensely fucking appreciate that. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, hopefully, if we do episode 2, I have a little bit more stuff I wanted to go over, but there was, like today was so like clustered in.
I'll tell you now, if we ever start making money out of this podcast, I'm gonna start giving you guys money.
Aw, I get a cut.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go.
You get 2 cents.
Nah, we're gonna divide it by whatever number of people is usually
Was
here
that
per
pre-tax
podcast.
or just kidding?
Well, that's your problem.
Keep it, my dude.
To the table.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I got my own stuff in the works.
Hey,
Whatever.
dude, you
all
keep
you.
saying you have shit. I need to check this stuff out. Plug it into my
I
channel.
wanna, yeah, I
Plug-
wanna see
plug
your
it- plug it.
podcast or whatever you're doing.
All of
Right?
you,
All my
all
stuff
of
is super
all
special.
of you,
Okay.
Plug this
I'll
shit.
plug in. I'll plug it in.
plug this shit in my Discord.
If you guys
This-
want
this
tarot
is-
card
this is-
readings.
This is for all of us. Plug this shit in. Well, yeah. Sounds like we will likely have an episode 2 because there's this was just 1 out of the 7 points that I had in my agenda.
Put in the
So-
We
group
came
chat.
prepared
There you
and
go.
we thrashed
There's
the
my
content.
channel.
just
We threw it.
yeah, we did, dude. There's so much
Yeah.
more to go over in
I
episode
just hope next
2.
time we do it at a good time because I'm so.
No.
fucking tired.
Next time I will make sure to do it either at
Alright.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
This time it was completely unexpected, and I could not say no to my brother for this. He really needed help for this. But for the next time, I will, unless it's a fucking emergency, I will start at 6 or 7, much earlier than this.
Yeah.
Let me follow you, Classy.
But yeah, all of you, thank you so much for watching, and all of my guests, crew over here, Gamu over here, Leo over
Hey.
here, Kawaii over here. Thank you, all of you. And if you have any links to any channels that you would like to plug in the YouTube cut, just give it to me. I will add it to the description. And anyone that's watching this on YouTube, go down to the description to watch their channels and whatnot. But yeah, it seems like we're gonna continue for episode 2. We have plenty of things to go over in episode 2 or 3 or 4. Who knows? Maybe I'll have PewDiePie over here one day.
Yeah, I'd like to do like tarot card readings for you guys or things like that.
I wanted to say do at least like one from the audience right now, but we were still running so low on time. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, tarot card read? Yeah.
Yeah,
It takes
just, like,
I do
grab
like a
one at random.
10-minute tarot card read, yeah.
Yeah. So I thank all of the guests, Kuru, Gamo,
you
Leo,
for
and
having
Kawaii.
me.
Thanks all of you for fucking being here. You guys are all great fucking sports. Honestly, I never thought I would have 2 static members, Final Fantasy type of shit going on over here. And then Crew over here with my Overwatch League team, and then Kawaii, which is
I already told them how we met.
she has been a really good fucking friend to me. Kawaii has been fucking great to me. Well, that's a GG's everybody.
GG.
I'm gonna stop the stream right now just so I can have that VOD to upload it to YouTube, and then I'm gonna start a new stream for just Overwatch.
Yeah, I
anyone that's interested in Overwatch, just stick around.
Hey, let's clap some cheeks, baby.
Let's go,
Yeah, let's fucking
Hey.
go. Let's fucking go.
Drunk
Leo has
watch.
to
Here we
go.
come.
I'm
Yeah,
sad.
tired.
And
I wanted to
whoever's
stick around, but
whoever's
No, it's okay. Go to bed.
whoever's leaving, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I do thank you guys a lot, my guests. You know, the guys that have been over here in the stream, and the people that has been in chat, Wolves and Crunch that have been keeping the chat alive this entire time. Nana has been up there too. Thank you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you everybody. Really. Holy shit! I did not expect to have more than 3 to 5 viewers today. And
the viewers.
it's been it's been a constant 10 plus viewers today. So I am eternally fucking grateful to anybody that has shared this shit around and helped me get all these views and all this shit. It's been great. I have had a great time. I think the next episode would be sometime really close to Halloween, not on Halloween Day, because I know most of you, or half of you, half of you are gonna be probably in parties and shit.
Yeah.
So sometime really close to Halloween, to have like a Halloween special for Spooks and Brews. Yeah, it's been a great time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Guests and viewers. Thank you all. I love you so much. I'm gonna stop the stream now, and I'm gonna restart it with Overwatch. So whoever wants to stick around for Overwatch, just stick around. All right.
Okay, bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I love reading you.
Why?
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all later.